Welcome to 5G Multimedia. Today I'm having Osh Poppy in the house. The biggest Osh Poppy. Not the one we all know. This one is the original Osh Poppy.
They also need my guy.
Yes. So, and we have Bethel in the house.
The original Betty.
The Bethel with the smart and the good phonetic accent.
Beteling better.
Yes. So today's topic, it's about child molestation. So I'll be asking some questions. I don't know if Oshpopi is a parent in the house or Bethel, but I know we have a parent in the house.
I'm not a parent.
We have a parent that are tagging along with
There's
us.
a parent in the house.
There's a parent, and their parents they are tagging with us live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the question will be, I'm coming, and they said like 50% of sexual exploitation incidents involve children that begins on social media. So, as an individual, what's your take on letting children have access on social media?
Social media regulation.
Social media regulation.
Yeah. Social media regulation is it's a big win for that aspect too. But now it now boils down to the parents. How observant are they?
Okay.
Sorry to say, I think we have too busy parents these days
Okay.
that don't pay attention to what their
Children.
not even children, their teenagers, their teenage children are doing.
Okay.
Right? So you may like DSTV for instance have this child protector, right? They have you can block some channels and for your kids for your kids and protection
Yeah.
and some views.
Not to have access.
And not to have access to some channels. Now, this Gen Z or this millennium, they called, they are very smart kids, right? Now, even if you try to take this thing off their view,
Okay.
they have other ways to bypass it when you are not there. Right. So before you get back, they might have done what they want to do and they'll reset it back the way you left it. Right? So that's why I said even restriction, social media restriction is very important, but without the presence of the parent, it will not work.
Okay, how about a situation whereby they install a CCTV camera in the house to monitor everything the children do at home?
That's one thing to install is one thing to install CCTV cameras in the house, right? But another thing to control their phone.
Yes, and also have the time.
You
Okay.
understand?
Yes.
Okay, now if you let's put it this way. I for one, if I'm to go by a strict discipline,
Okay.
none of my kids will have access to phones until they are 18. Right?
Okay.
Now, if I should install CCTV cameras in the house, I will have a house help who will help me to control them while I watch whatever is going on at my convenience, either at my office or wherever I am, right? While I watch them for my comfort, wherever I am.
Okay.
So that will make me know if the teacher or the house help is doing a diligent job on my kids. Why me, as a parent, on my own part, I've already restricted them from handling a phone. You
Okay.
understand? Not my brother come to give you a phone as a birthday gift. Not my friends come to give you a phone as a birthday gift. Not your uncles or whatever. I don't even want a phone, no tabs, no phone until you are 18. That is a strict policy.
Okay.
If I want to communicate with you, I call your teacher or I call the house help. I pass my message down.
Okay.
That's all. There's no TV in your room, no private TV in your rooms. Nothing. If you want to watch cartoons, come down to the parlor where I'll have my eyes on you.
Okay.
That's a strict measure. That's me, though.
So, are you against the fact that this generation, most people mostly buy pads for their kids? So, to you, are you against that?
That's why I just said, if to me, I'm against it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you must give a strict measure,
Yeah.
you must take them out of technology until they are 18.
Yeah, let me come in there. So
Okay.
what parents do these days that I would say I don't really buy is them, giving children full access to these accessories, and then they don't have the time. Like they don't, these children, they don't even know how to communicate. So you're busy in the kitchen because you don't want your child to be distracted or doing something, and you want to keep the child busy. You give that child the pad to use, and they're
Yeah.
using that iPad or the phones. You don't know what they are
You
doing
don't
because you're busy, you're
know.
doing something. So these children, all of their mind and everything is on the screen.
Of course.
They can't tell you anything. Everything they know is screen, everything they know is the phone, everything they know is the tab. These children, they don't even know how to communicate anymore, because everything that their minds are focused on, it's what they see on online. They see children grow up these days, the only thing they know is cocoa melon. And then after some time they start watching whatever it is they're watching on their phones, and then they already know how to, a child in primary 5, primary 6 already knows um Chrome and these are like
Instagram,
on Instagram.
TikTok. But it's crazy.
It doesn't really make sense.
It's
So when these children are going through stuff, how do they even communicate to you? How do they talk to you? They can't, because they know that you don't have the time. If they want to say anything,
They'll go
just
to
give them
Google.
phone. Don't disturb me. Don't disturb me. Don't worry. Just take the phone. Enjoy. Play, watch cartoon. Watch cartoon. So in your mind, you think these
you are
children
you are
are
training them
watching
well or something.
cartoons, but most of the time they are not, because from there they will go online and then they'll start browsing and then start seeing things, because these children, they are no longer like before. My age, at least when I was 5 or 6, there was no phone then. We
No,
didn't, even though
no.
there were phones.
You don't
I
have the
never had
access, of
access to any
course,
phone,
of
because
course.
it was really difficult to have Android phone first of all, and smartphones.
Then
And then
yeah,
now talk about parents giving you for what, why?
yeah.
So the parent, at least they had the time to still talk to children and then communicate with them. But now it's so hard, it's so difficult having parents talk to children. Instead, you just give them their phones. Don't worry, go and watch cartoon. Don't worry, watch cartoon. Don't disturb me, watch cartoon. It doesn't really make sense actually.
Okay. Well said. I want to read this. They say child abuse and neglect is the single most preventable cause of mental illness, single most common cause of drugs and alcohol abuse, and significant contributor lead cause to deaths such as diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and stroke, and suicide. So, how does child neglect lead to all that?
First of that word alone,
Okay.
child neglect.
Okay.
That's it. That's, in fact, that alone has given us the answer. Neglecting your child.
And another thing there is, you know, um, Nigerians, we are good in spanking kids.
Yeah.
All right. So when you spank your kids too much, you are putting the fear already in your child. And when something goes wrong, your child will not have boldness to
Yes,
come
to
walk
come
up
to
to you
you.
and tell you, Mom, Dad, this is what happened to me
Exactly.
today while you were not there. Right? Now, if your child can't tell you, he or she is already dealing with depression. The pressure starts on fear from the unknown.
And then
Right.
parents also downplaying what
So
children
now,
tells them.
when your child start possessing this character because of your negligence, you won't understand that child.
Yes, that's
You will now start feeling maybe it's malaria. You start feeling maybe, oh, I'm hungry, or you start feeling that's what they do. Leave them. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, our parents in Nigeria are never serious.
Most of them.
Most
I think some are
sorry,
serious.
most of our parents in Nigeria, I'm sorry to say, they're never serious. Are you getting? So this thing will lead to this child going to depression. Only the friends will now know what is wrong with
What
their
is wrong with
friend.
the child?
Now imagine that friend is a bad company already.
Okay.
He will tell you, my guy, what you they go through? I don't go through them before. Now this thing helped me. That's when you start introducing them to substance.
Substance abuse.
Like tramadol, alcohol, smoking. If I smoke, my mouth will catch me. No worry, we'll get scope. If you want smoke, pull your shirt. You'll wear my polo on my house today.
Yeah.
If you want come out, you go bath, your brush, house, your spray perf. Your mama no go know say you smoke. Then when that child comes home, he will just greet you and walk slowly to his room or to her room and sleep. You won't have that bond again with the child
And the parents
because
don't even
because
notice.
you won't even notice because someone else, the devil, have already taken your child from you. You will now find solace in that friend.
And then children, you see your child, if it's a parent that pays attention to children, you see your child that was once bubbly, that was once happy, that was always willing to talk to you about something, is becoming withdrawn, and you're not paying attention to it, you're not detailed about that child. That is already negligent on its own. So when a child comes to you and tell you, this uncle touched me like this, you'll be like, go Jory,
All
what
the
do you know?
children safe.
All these children, what do you know? Some might even go as far as shutting down the child, so that child won't even have that confidence, to come to you and then talk to you. I feel parents should make their children their friends. Make your child your best friend. Your child should love you enough, should be bold enough to come to you and tell you anything, no matter what it is, to tell you that this is what I'm going through, this is what is wrong, this person. In fact, parents, they should tell a child that this is a private part and this is the name of this. Not telling the child, it's called banana. Don't allow anybody to touch your banana. It's not called banana.
Let's call it spade.
Exactly.
That's the truth.
Tell the child, especially when you have
I don't
male
know
and
that fruits
female
now.
children, teach them sex education. I don't know, parents, they don't. I don't know how hard it is to just say it the way it is. Call your female child. Don't allow anybody for any reason touch your private part. You tell them this is it, and then for the guys to make sure that the boy child is there as you are telling the girl child, so that the both of them, they will know the difference. Not just girls that get abused these days, including boys.
Yes.
Boy child, they do get abused by their aunties, friends, anybody at all. I've had a friend that told me how he was raped as a child. So he grew up without trauma, hating women. So whenever he sees women, he assumes that women are like that. So I told him, bro, you need to go through a whole lot of healing process, because it affected him so much that even the girls, at some point when he was willing to start dating, even the girls he was dating, he felt, it's just, can I use the word sex?
They just want to use and dump him.
Yeah.
They just want to use him and dump him. So he felt, this is how women are. He grew up with that narrative. And then when he was willing to start, to open his heart to women, he's seeing the same thing. It's now like a pattern for him. So imagine somebody like that. Wow. How will he be able to comfort himself? Definitely he will be exposed to drugs. He might not even be able to tell his parent, because he told me that he wasn't even able to talk to his parent about it, because they were so strict. You know how African parents can
Of course,
be,
yes, now.
that you go out and come back, and then your child can't even tell you, this is what happened to me today, because they know that if they should open their mouth, Father Lord, they will get the beating of their life. So they will keep quiet and shut everything down, and then go to school, tell their friends, and then those ones, it's what they know that they will tell them too.
So that boils down to me saying that if you are not ready to be a parent, please don't start betting these kids. You understand? Because you are bringing a whole lot of havoc into this world. That's the truth. You understand? A child that you can't protect, a child that you can't control, a child that you can't pay attention to. These are the problems we start facing in the nearest future, right? So please, this is an advice. If you're not ready, don't go under peer pressure that might make the bond. You make the bond. You want to go bond, you go the bond users. If you're not ready, don't bond. Understand?
Also,
please leave it for those who are ready.
If you were also molested as a child, you need to heal
Before you start giving
birth, so that you don't impact this thing in you into those children, and they're making it seem as if this is how they should be raised.
Yeah.
And you see children that grew up in an abusive home, that saw their parents beat, that saw their dad beat
Beat
their
their
mom,
mom,
or
yeah.
their mom beats, they will grow up with that narrative, and then they will end up beating somebody's child, and one day maybe even kill the person, and then they'll end up in prison. So in their mind they'll feel, oh, this is what I grew up knowing, so I
Yeah.
thought that is how it's supposed to be, not knowing that there are a lot of sane people out there. There are still people that are mentally okay. So you can't just carry yourself that is not healed, get married to
Bring
somebody
it.
that came from a loving home, and then beat that person up, mess that person. It's these are the people that, these are the kind of people that create nuisance in the society. Those are the kind of people, I'm sorry to say, that birth, armed robbers and kidnappers and all sorts in the society, because these children, they don't know any better. Even for
True.
those that even know, that knew a little bit better, they will be like, what's even there for me? What's the point? It's better I stick to this life that I'm getting the satisfaction from, than being like this, like like that, than having a child, or just something, having a child that's will start causing problems. It's so
Okay,
hard,
pretty good.
actually.
Sorry to cut you short. This brings me to a question. How do we handle bullying at school? How do we put an end? How do we educate our kids to be able to speak up when they are facing bullying in school or any challenges? Some kids might not be able to speak up
Yeah.
based on the fact that the person that is bullying them do threaten them that if you talk, I might kill you or hurt you or something. So how do we bring our kids to start speaking up in cases like this?
You should start from the home.
Okay.
The parents, not just the mother, not just the father, but both of them should always tell the children that they love them. Make your child feel loved. If they didn't start like that before now, right now they should start. Call your child every day. Be interested in what is happening in their life. Ask them, how was your day? What happened in school? What were you taught in school? How is your teacher? What are your classmates like? The child will be open to say stuff, and then as you are asking them this question, they see that this parent, they genuinely love them, and they want to tell them anything, like that. They are willing to listen to them. You see these children, they will open up little by little. For every day that you wake up, you just give them this affirmation, these words of affirmation. You're beautiful, you are loved, you're intelligent, you're smart. As you are doing it every time, this child will know that I can always go to my parents and tell them anything. So starting from there first, you should start from the home. The parent should be the one to start instilling this love in their children, making them bold enough to say anything to them, and then coming to the school. The owners of school should train their staff, retrain them, and then the staff too, they should be willing to learn, unlearn, and relearn a lot of things. Because you meet children of different class, of different family. You don't know where they come from. You don't know the kind of homes they are from. So when you meet them, you try as much as possible to relate with them, each on their own grounds, on their own basis. So as you are relating with this child, you study the child, because this is a child that comes to your class every day as a teacher. So you see this child, this person was once happy, and then is now suddenly quiet. You call the child, what is it? Is there something going on? Did somebody beat you? Are you feeling pain anywhere? you know Even if the child was threatened, by the time you tell the child, you can talk to me, you can tell me anything at all, just let me know. Did somebody threaten you? The child will open up. Sometimes the child might not even open up immediately, they might be just quiet. Then from there you will know. Once you notice something like that, you start observing the child. You watch where the child goes, who the child relates with, and the kind of things that the child does. From there you know. Then let me come back to the parents again. I had this I once taught in a school back then, 2018, 2019, thereabout. One of these children, they were in reception classes, very, very small, like 2-3 years. So one day I took this child. She went to urinate, because the proprietor of them always tell us, follow them. So this child, when she squat, she wanted to urinate, she started crying. Miss Bethel, I can't. Miss Bethel, I can't. I said, why? It's paining me. What's paining you? It's paining me. What's paining you? She said, I can't. So I took the child back to the car. She came again. Miss Bethel, I'm pressed. I said, okay, come with me. We went. I didn't understand what was going on, so I went to meet another